The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. A shotgun snap for Watson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays, and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
To
throw is Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Texans scoop it.
no coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And they'll give Miller another crack. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans will add on to their lead. A 1-yard run on first down, another one on second. Tell you, it doesn't do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And I just wonder in contract negotiations, do you show the 6 points scored, or do you show the yards per carry
I'm
first?
showing the 6 points.
No doubt about it. And his team benefits. They don't care about yards per carry. They just care about points up on the board.
This one fielded at the 5. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up. He rifles one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing. Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go to 54. Go to 54.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Steps away to his left. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The Texans' 25-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Switch.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Gun. 37. Let's get the ball. And we're going 37's the mic. We're going to 53. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he'll have his man, that's Cooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
47. Mike 37. Yeah. 64. Wait. And we're going 37's the mic.
Now Elliott. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Dunn, able to get him for a loss of about 3.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Cowboys get a bit closer.
Jason Witten. Touchdown, Cowboys.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes.
Lamar Miller, 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Prescott to throw it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To the air again, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And now out comes Houston. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And they're able to swarm him behind the line. And his rough night continues.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Check 55, Mike. Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Miller. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. A first down carry now for Miller. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 42-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch 54. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Alert flag. Alert flag.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Texans.
This is that. 19. 55 to mine.
They'll run on first down. It's Miller, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. On the toss, here's Foreman. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 60 yards.
Let's go one more.
5.
A first throw for the backup Osweiler. Connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Play action. Now Osweiler. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, Osweiler to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check, 41.
To throw again is Osweiler. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. DeAnthony Thomas, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
On third and goal, Osweiler looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now fourth and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
The field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth. They're going on fourth down. It's Osweiler. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Check.
2 draw quarters.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. After the run by Foreman, here's first and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and nope.
select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left. EA Sports coverage of the NFL.